Let's see if we can get this Let's Play up and running and going for you guys, and hopefully have some fun with it. Now, right now we're at 0% in terms of the awakening of the Necrons. We just came out of the tutorial missions where we got waxed by one of their fleet commanders pretty hard. Um, we're going to stay on the main screen, and hopefully it'll just get better as we're going along here. Okay, again, our cohort, we've got Magos Maneris here, but we're actually going to rename you Minister Melee because we already have Rabbi Ranged going. And you'll just be carrying the basic axe we have going up, and you're just going to start swinging away at any and all enemies. Hopefully we can go ahead and start getting some of the skills and talents that I know we need to have. In fact, let's go see what your disciplines should be looking like. As a melee, going explorator should be cool. So yeah, if we get this new spheric scan going. Yes, thank you, Servitor Skull Reditus. Yes. Okay, we'll have 179, so we can put something on Rabbi Ranged as well. But this, since he's not going to be carrying any kind of blaster pistol to help us get the enemy stats out, he'll need some way of knowing how much damage he has left to do, in case he's got to pick targets. And with that said, I don't want to spend all of it on him. Let's get Rabbi Range upgraded as well. Get him another slot. Let's see. He's the he's the opposite of the Explorator. So which one is it? Yes, the Dominus class for him. All right, +4 range for all ranged weapons, which is about all he's going to be doing, and it gets him his augment capacity up as well. Go ahead and get that for that. Now, both of them hopefully will be able to do something each round. Actually, Brother Range is going to have to alternate, I see now, between the servitor. Oh, wait, the Skull takes 2 cooldown. Curses. Is there a weapon he can use that doesn't take any? Now, let's see if we can equip this in his second slot. Oh wait, that's not where that goes. There we go. That's where it's got to go. Alright, so now he's going to be able to swap between guns on each turn and the Servitor Skull. So that's our 2 tech priests taken care of. Hopefully, hopefully it's going to be alright today. Alright, back on the main screen. Let's get it going. Not much else we can do. I don't believe we have a large number of missions that need to be selected from. It's basically, do we go down the Videk? Oh, we're going to be, the flame against the Necron. The filthy Xeno is going to have to perish. Or we're going to have to go down, who is this? Scaviola of, hey man, we're here to do research. Let's go ahead and get it in there. Now, what are our rewards if we get this one done? We get an arc rifle, which does more damage, but it's all energy damage. We get the first of the healing claws, which, cool. And we get 91 Blackstone up against some Scarabs and some Necron Warriors. Shouldn't be too bad. And Videx is going to give us a really, really CP heavy blaster. It still does single target range, but you need 3 CP for it. Oof. And the Omni spec, which gives you about 50% chance of dodging on 1 round, and also 91. You know what? Since I don't really like anything kind of orthodoxy like that, And this claw has a cool CP cost of 1. This arc rifle CP cost of 2. We're going to go ahead and do this mission then. Get started here. Again, we're playing on Ironman, so hopefully I never get blasted in the face. Yes, okay, I know how to deploy. My apologies for those who've never gone through it. Again, if you want to see some of this tutorial stuff, I'm going to be skipping ahead, but if you want to see it, you can check out the video I have on YouTube for it at MrTaupeTo. Okay, so here I select which of the priests, and I like to put melee first, then ranged, then of course I just start throwing servitors in there until I run out of slots. I can choose no canticles because I have not unlocked them yet. Is there any canticle that I would like to aim for? No, we'll just go ahead and play throughout the game to see where we're at here. I just want to make sure that we can get through. I know doing energy damage and doing physical damage will get me some of the canticles that I'm looking for in terms of crits, in terms of ignoring armor. So I'll just keep doing that. Heretics of Styges 8 and plunder this world for secrets. It's like, hey man, I'm just over here for I'm just over here for the research. Again, it's more of a science versus religion going on within this religious group. In this religious group of scientists, which is kind of cool. All right, you guys doing a lot of talking. Let's just go ahead and skip there. All right, his mission, Scaviola, is to gather intelligence, get the truth, and then get it back to the Empire. So now he's begging the team leader so we can do some more field operations, explaining the whole point of the game is going out with your tech priest, dungeon crawling, coming back, well, hopefully coming back, but definitely going out and defeating the Necrons. Hopefully you can gather as much as you can before they all awaken. But let's see what we got here. Again, Kefra is the one who kind of cares for the troops that you're taking out with you. Alright, there should be plenty of samples, but we have to kill people first. And of course, the Necrons complicate that by resurrecting if you don't kill them fast enough. Alright, now these are, let's talk about be very careful because you got tech priests on there. Alright. Saying, hey, even if they get killed, you can still study the bodies, right? So bring the bodies back. All right, we're going to go ahead and walk forward to the one spot we can go to. And in this room, let's see. Autonomous repair defense capabilities. We need further study. Okay. And now we come to our choice. Do we ignore them? So we don't, we ignore the scarabs that are in this room, or do we acquire some for study, or do we acquire some, acquire more than one? I'm sorry, here we just have a few. Here we're going to get a lot and see what happens with that. Scarabs are not individual constructs, but resource of the tomb itself. Okay, now he's getting a whole bunch of ideas. We get some Blackstone. We also get some more cognition points. So, fairly good result here for what we're doing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and move this map over a bit. Now we've got a three-way branch here. let's see, main mission's over there, so we can afford to go to the right, so we can hit this glyph room, come back across to the middle. Okay, one of the war forms remains after the rest of the fallen constructs teleport away. Okay, so do we execute it and destroy it, or do we extract it so we can take it back to the ship, or do we let it phase out? So we're supposed to try and gather these bodies as best we can. But apparently all the Necrons come with teleporters, so there we go. But we just get some more laxstone. Yeah, the procedure kicked in when we grabbed it, so we didn't get too much out of there. But again, Blackstone is how we upgrade all of our tech priests. So we're going to need as much of that as possible. I believe the next level up will be 170 or so. So we're most of the way there. But now we're taking a little bit too long, and the awakening clock is starting to tick off. As Redditus will let us know here in a little bit. Yes, okay. Please, let me skip that. There we go. Alright, he's just letting us know about the whole mechanic of the game. So now we're into one of these rooms where we have a glyph. This green logo here indicates that. And the first time you run across one, you will not know what it is. As you continue to go through it, you will find out what it means, and it'll glow green inside the glyph itself. So we're just going to pick the one on the right, and oops, one of our servitors got hit in the face, so he lost 2 hit points. But after a while, it'll let you know which glyphs you've already learned versus which ones you're able to play with. Okay, and of course Scaviola is the more curious one. We're going to go ahead, let's see, try and understand the purpose of the Necron technology, or move through the chamber with very much caution, or try to shut it all down. We're here to study, so we're going to keep focusing on that. Oh, another one of our servitors took another 2 hit points, so that's already 2 out of the 4 that we brought with us that are already damaged. And these guys are cannon fodder to begin with, so we've really got to be careful in this upcoming battle. Here's another glyph room we're going to be walking through, though. Okay, more Necrons are going to be in battle now, so maybe it wasn't the best idea to go down this path, but it's the one we took. Now, again, we've got the same icons we had in the previous glyph room. We know this one caused damage. I think it will always cause damage. So let's try the one now on the left. Right, and we got our 2 hit points back. So now we've learned both glyphs. Well, not learned them, but we know what both glyphs look like. The one that looks strangely like an axe heals. The one that looks like a target damages. I think that'll be pretty easy to remember. And let's go ahead on to this battle with 3 out of the 4 of our cannon fodder out of the way. Okay. Looks like which one of our guys goes first? Alright, Rabbi Range will be going first, so we can go ahead and put him in a position to actually attack. Now here, these red heat signatures are essentially where enemy reinforcements will be coming out of, but occasionally you'll get a drawbridge that comes out of nowhere. Looks like we've got 2 Necron warriors, so I don't want Rabbi range to get shot up too much. Excuse me. So we'll go. Oh, no, no, that's Minister Melee here. So we'll make sure that Rabbi range gets behind something so he doesn't get blasted in the face. We'll put Minister Melee near the front as well, but a little bit over. And then we'll have, let's see, Servitor 1. Make sure nobody can shoot you. Shoot him from the back. And we've got another CP we gathered along our travels, so you stand here and watch their back too. All right. We'll go ahead and start the battle. Okay, the servitors kind of threw the timings off, so we really want to wait for those Necrons to do their thing and then just kind of gang up on them. So we're going to delay the turns here for the first 3 guys. Alright, now let's see what these guys are capable of. Okay, that one moved there. Now we're... Okay, so both of them moved. And this is now... Minister Melee, is there anywhere you can run up and not get killed? Not very much so. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use your servitor skill to scan this target. And once again, in this game, if you can see it, you can shoot it. If you can see it, you are not going to miss, so it's not a problem. Unfortunately, you were 1 off. That stinks. Okay. We're just going to put you behind this pillar here so the cannon fodder can be exactly what they need to be. Again, you've got your 1 point now for that. We can go ahead and wait. This servitor is going to run up here and hopefully be a distraction. Nothing else you can do, sir. And let's see. Alright, I need 1 CP in order to do that, so let's go ahead and send this servitor skull out to here, get this 1 cognition point, and then go over and scan this device. Normally you get more Blackstone. Sometimes you get additional weapon schematics or STCs. But here we got our 75 Blackstone. That should kind of guarantee one of our people is able to upgrade should we both survive this mission. And then let's see, I've got my choice of which way to go or which target I want to shoot, and he'll be operating faster at the beginning, so I might as well go ahead, take my shot on one of these Necron warriors and see if I can get him down as soon as possible. Now this one will do 1 to 2 damage and reveal the stats, or this one will do 2 to 4 physical and then do acid damage on top of that. So since I'm already gonna do 2 attacks on him, let's go ahead and get that acid started. Okay, game decided to go weird on me there. But there we go, I got our acid attack in. I don't believe we did any actual damage on him. Let's see, is there a cooldown on this? Well, let's get the stats on this guy so we can find out which one we want to try and prioritize, I guess. Alright, 7 more HP on him after we did our 1 point of damage. Cooldown on both of his guns. And the 1 canticle we have. Yes. Alright, yes. You can only use canticles once per mission. Now, the one we have restores life. Nobody needs that right now. We're just going to go ahead and end the turn. And our final servitor, really cannon fodder, is going to be moving up there, and that'll end the turn. New round started. We can not bring in reinforcements because we spent all of our extra CP. So we're going to move this guy again, really make himself a target. Like, please hit me in the face if at all possible. We can again fire with at least our blast pistol, so we can see the stats on the other target. So when Minister Melee gets in range, we can go ahead and see if it'll be a good idea for him to go there, plus to see which kind of armor these guys have. They have energy armor, which is now good to know. But at this point, I'm just going to essentially hide behind the wall, hopefully. Can I actually get back over? Yeah, I can get back over behind this wall here. So we're going to make sure that at least one of our tech priests is not in range of these two ranged characters. Because if both of our tech priests die, that's a game over. And in Ironman, I don't know if that means that we'll ever even be able to continue the mission or what. Hope I never find out. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna slap you upside the head with the servo arm. Doing 1 to 2 physical. You have no armor, energy, or physical. So there, we did our 1 point of damage. And it's looking to be the... Oh, wait. They're both going to get a chance to go. And, well, that killed him. There's the 1 cognition point we got. But you took your acid damage. That's a second cognition point, so we should be able to bring in reinforcements after this round. Let's see. Alright, I want to make sure that you have to do something. You have to get hit by a target of opportunity should you try and attack me again. So I'm going to use that extra cognition point I have, so I can now swing in with 3 to 5 damage. Would be great if it were the other guy, but you take what you can move into right now. That's 3 damage on you, sir. And we can now end the turn. Okay, reanimate 1 turn faster. So if 1 drops, we got to make sure and kill him dead. Like I said, they're getting their reinforcements. There's another Necron warrior who's hit the field. We've got 1 cannon fodder, and who's coming next? So that warrior over here is going to go second, so he's probably going to get a blast off on Rabbi ranged. So let's make sure that we get in front of the other target here, so he also has to move. He has to take or open himself up to an attack of opportunity before he can back away and shoot us. And who knows, we might just crit him to death. No, 1 to 2, and we did 1. So that's fine. Like I said, this guy's probably going to walk into range. Yep, and since he can see him, he's going to hit him, and that's cool. Alright. But our objectives are to kill all enemies, so Rabbi Range is going to have to come over here and do some damage. He can use his Servitor Skull again, so let's go ahead and get that, because you always want to have some cognition points stored up if you can. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this 1 Necron over here. So we're going to stand over here, take a shot. Now this weapon does physical damage, or that one does energy damage. So now we know this. Let's see, you've got 2 with 1 energy, and you've got 3 with no shields. let's try and get a kill shot going. Alright, we're going to do that one, I reckon. Since your armor does not protect against the damage type I'm doing, hopefully that will kill you dead. Yeah, let's go ahead and play. No. What we need to do is make sure that we do as much damage as possible each round, or each turn, in fact. So let's kind of gild the lily here and do 2 more damage on this guy. Alright, that should be enough. I could get 1 more cognition point, but I'd leave myself wide open here. And in fact, I don't want to use the canticles because that's one of the ways to get more canticles. Alright, we got 1 turn on that guy. And again, we get our attack of opportunity on that Necron in particular. We get an attack with that guy. He blasted those scarabs right back into the ground. That's cool. Alright, and they have 4 hit points, which I believe we'll be able to clear. And now Minister Melee is going to take some damage. Okay, so I don't really need much off of this guy, and it looks like my servitor is going to survive, so he'll be able to do 1 point of attack as well. Okay, and he's telling us now about the machine spirit mechanic, which gives a buff depending upon the weapon. Yes. Okay, thank you, sir. And as you see, this red line underneath the weapon means that our machine spirit is up, and now we will be destroying 1 armor of both energy and physical type. So let's see. Let's go ahead and kill this Necron for certain. Definitely don't want any of them coming back up and moving around. But that leaves us with a target of opportunity should we try and move, so we're not going to move. We're just going to reveal the stats on... No, let's get some more cognition points. So we're going to use the servo skull on that. And then we're going to end our turn. So we've kind of guaranteed ourselves the ability to swing again with Minister Melee. Let's see. Now we can bring in some extra, or at least 1 extra person. So let's go ahead and put a servitor down here for playing the playing with this other Necron warrior down here. So yeah, that servitor is going to be there, and he's going to get all up in your grill, sir, leaving a spot open for Rabbi Range to come in and shoot you without being blocked. So line of sight is important in this, very, very important in this game. You've done your 1 swing. Good job, sir. Alright, you too get to make sure that this Necron does not wake up. So, yes, your machine spirit is cool. We've gathered another cognition point, and we'll get behind this guy, so if he moves, there's at least an attack of opportunity. Right, see, just like that case. If you want to hurt us, you have to get hurt yourself. So he's taken 3 to the face, but he also gives us another point of cognition. So now we've got machine spirit on both of our weapons, so we should be able to take this guy out if at all possible. But we're going to make sure that we get another cognition point here by standing next to this pillar, or at least going past this pillar, which will get us that point. We get to our position where we're no longer blocked. We're going to go ahead and swing in with the Zenorite Macro Stubber. I'm assuming that's some kind of shotgun-ish thing. Get our machine spirit bonus, do acid damage. This guy's a hurting unit, and we're good. Okay, he's actually been downed. So let's see if we can get this guy dead without even. Oh wait, we didn't know how many points of damage he had left. So there we go. He was already downed. So that's that guy done and dusted. We've got extra points, and we're not going to be able to walk all the way over here and attack anyway. So let's go ahead and use 1 point to get as far as we can. So maybe we can take out this console, get some more blackstone. Oh, well, we'll get right up on it then. There we go. And it's got 5 points of health with no armor on it. We should be able to clear that as well. But there we go. That's Rabbi Range done and dusted. Now, oh, the servitor did its job, taking the hits so our tech priests survive. And then Minister Melee is going to get in here and get some, maybe even kill these scarabs and end the mission for us. And it looks like that's exactly what he just did. So there we go. We come out of here now with 216 blackstone. Scaviola's going to say his piece. See if I can get you here. Alright, Scaviola's saying his thing. And he's wondering where all of the bodies go once we kill them all. But now, we have no samples to collect, so we can either analyze the chamber for any components that might have been missed, excuse me, take pictures of everything so we can gather information, or just go ahead and get on out of here. Let's go ahead and archive it. Make sure that we at least take the pictures of it all, because that teleportation happens on every neck run, so I don't think we're ever going to actually find anything. Oh, and he's so happy that people got shot with Gauss weapons, so we at least get that. But we get a refractor field generator, which absorbs 5 damage for any of our allies in range for one. It's kind of cool with a 3-turn cooldown. This is something, as long as we have augmentation slots, at least one slot, we can go ahead and put that on one of our tech priests. Like I said, that completes the mission. Okay, so yes, we've increased human understanding. We've gotten at least a little bit of more knowledge, and he says it's a good result. The boss man says, I don't know, and he's now listing out his reasons for why he's having a good time, even if nobody else is. Yeah, we destroyed some enemy. We saw them get teleported out. We've been able to evaluate their combat performance, and eventually we'll be able to find a Necron for him to dissect. And of course, Faustinius is worried about the tech priests, much like Kefra is worried about the troops that come along with you. Okay, and that's that mission done and done. Okay, since we took damage, we're going to lose some blackstone on for each of our tech priests, so we're not coming out with as much as we thought we could be. But we found 91. We found some. We're getting our reward for the tech and for the mission itself. We also get blackstone for each of the enemies killed, and not on the servitors, but on other units. If we come back and they're not damaged, they can give kind of a refund on the amount of blackstone it costs to send them out. We get our stats for the mission: 184 mouse clicks, which seems um, turns played, attack number of attacks, damage dealt, taken, and our battle time was 16 minutes. So not bad for this one mission. It was again kind of easy. Only really two enemy types: the Scarabs and the Necron Warriors. We lost two of our servitors, but that's kind of how it goes in the world of 40k. Life life is not guaranteed. But again, by not using a canticle in the last mission, we were able to unlock a new canticle. This one, our next physical attack will deal with 3 additional physical damage. Um, Again, that's kind of how you unlock a lot of the canticles. Is just doing basically achievement based runs here. I believe. Let's see. So we really just unlock the cant of the craft. The second level of that is to do 2 missions without using a canticle. They don't have to be in a row. It's just overall. And then the third one, of course, is do a third mission without using a canticle. The first one, the Litany of Life, where we do healing, we already started with this one after we finished the tutorial. The next one is do 5 missions to restore up to 10, and then the third one is up to 15 after we've completed 10 missions, all of which is easy enough to do, all of which is uh, you're going to get these right across the board just for playing the game itself. I don't think there's a scenario where you can run less than 10 missions and complete the game. But it's always just interesting to see. I treat these like achievements in other games. So here we have to use 5 canticles, 10 and 20, kill a boss, kill 3 bosses, 5 bosses. Now scan Necron. Oh, that means reveal their statistics. So either get into melee range with Minister Melee or use Rabbi Range's Phosphor Pistol to reveal their stats. Well, I say Phosphor Pistol because that's the one I have, but it's there's a number of weapons that have that same scanning ability on it. Then physical attacks, energy attacks. Again, we'll pretty much get these as we play along through them. And then there's suffer energy attacks. If we want to have 3 armor added to our guys, we got to start taking damage. Now, playing Ironman, I'm really not into that right now. If I don't get anything on these, that's fine. Suffer the physical attacks, move 400 meters. I guess squares count as that. You'll get that. But then you get just bonus movement. I'm not really interested in any of that. Here's the ones that I truly am uh, gonna find very useful to play for. To get the blessings of the Omnissiah, that's just like you get 3, 6, and 9, I believe it is. Yeah, 3, 6, and 9 cognition points, just without having to use your servo skill, without having to do any kind of other bonuses. You just get it right off the jump. Say, okay, we're going to do some serious damage here with our biggest guns. If you need to boost up, these are the canticles that you're going to be using. Then let's see, taming the machine spirit. It's only got the 1 level. And using this canticle, max out all your weapons, machine spirits doing whatever those bonuses are. And all you have to do is activate machine spirit 20 times. So just keep attacking. Be aggressive. Get in there and get some done. I don't know what this canticle is, but we'll get there, I guess. Okay, now we've got some Blackstone to spend. Still don't have any other units, but I guess. Oh yeah, we can. Ah yes, we can adjust the color scheme on our pieces. So see, my particular one, I like to have red as my primary, and then secondary, I want black. Can we do black? That's kind of how I'm doing my figurines for Warhammer 40k as well. Red primary, black secondary. forget what planet that's supposed to be, or essentially which denomination of the Adeptus Mechanicus it's supposed to be. But red and black were, of course, my high school colors as well. So it's just a me thing. Now, Minister Melee, you've got okay. So we've got 134 for each upgrade here. 134, so that's 268. We've got enough Blackstone for all. This one will get us, if we keep going down this tree, this will now get us a different torso. Or, I'm sorry, get us another body part, which will give us bonuses. So this one, more max HP and some physical armor. 3 max HP, physical armor. Movement plus HP, or just 1 more physical damage. Well, since I don't want to die, I'm going to take the armor and the HP maximum. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and do that upgrade. Now our augment capacity is up to 3. And we can now start equipping some of these support items as well. Now, as long as we've unlocked the STC, we don't have to buy them. We can just equip them as long as we have the augmentation slots on our tech priest. So I'm going to go ahead and slot in this healing item for our tech priest and see how his model changes. Now he's got his backpack with his healing claw on it. See, we've got one here, one there. We can put something else on it. I guess we can go with the absorb 5 damage as well. So there, that's all of our augment slots on this guy. And yeah, you can see where this is going. He's going to be Doc Octopus here in a minute. All of his stuff getting just built up around him. Let's see. Now this is a melee attack with the... Oh, it starts off as single target, turns into a cone. I don't know if we're going to be able to use that because that cognition cost right now is a bit much. As we further spec in, we'll be able to generate more cognition points or find a way to absorb more from each of the towers or locations. That will be an interesting weapon to be using later, but for right now, I think that's the best we've got with Minister Melee. Again, his armor comes from his spec, and each of the disciplines has its own different sets of bonuses, as we'll find out here in a second. This logs thing. Oh, it keeps track of each of our priests. Okay, that's kind of cool. All right, let's see what your discipline, since we can't afford it. Or do we want to go cross-spec and then be able to cleanse? I normally have a tech priest that does just the Engineer and, is our support class, so we don't have to worry about that over much. So one guy is going to do all of that. You are limited to the maximum number of tech priests that you can bring with you. There we go. Get the word out. But for right now, I just don't have it. I guess I have to unlock it with mission. So let's, like we did with the melee, we're going to do with the range. Let's go ahead and unlock his class's armor and see what he does. Now he gets max HP and energy armor, which is interesting. Or movement, less HP but more energy armor, and energy damage is what he does. I don't like to spec into a particular type of damage because, as you see, the enemies will change the damage type that they are resistant to. So let's go ahead and get ourselves boosted up and get some more HP, so we're not just sitting out there taking damage all day, every day. Again, his augment capacity go up. We'll be left with about 90 Blackstone, and we should be good. Now he too can get one of these curing claws on him because he's now got 3 slots. Let's see, this, or no slots. This required no slots. So his guns are free. So that's pretty cool. And let's see. This would take 2 weapons. Oh, I'm sorry. No, his guns are not free. My bad. He's now full up on guns. So he's got his basic blaster pistol that costs 1. Macro stubber he's already packing, so that costs another 1. This one would cost 2. Do we go ahead and swap those out? Well, if I take away the phosphor pistol, I lose my ability to attack for free without having to need cognition points. If I take away the macro stubber, I lose my acid damage over time. And I'd be trading it for something that takes far more. No, not far more, but more cognition points in order to run. Now, he's going to get 1 for basically you're using his servo skull. He's going to get 1 every time he walks past another pillar. So I could try and play some games with that. But until I have a consistent way of gathering and sustaining or gathering and scooping up cognition points, I think I want to stay away from this arc rifle, even though it does a boatload more damage. I mean, if I run into a scenario where I have a single target that I can hit, I still got to spend 2 cognition points, even if it's a single target. Versus if there's a group running towards my range guy, I got a problem in the first place. Um, that's going to be an issue. So let's not mess with that. We've got a couple of missions. I believe it's going to be Scaviola and Videx vying for the player's attention here for a little. Yeah, in the Winds of Change, he offers a blaster which does a lot of energy damage. Um, but its machine spirit reduces this 3 cost down to 2. It also requires 2. And then we've got the Omnispec, which will cause people to miss, and 92 Blackstone versus Scaviola's cognition gauge increased by 1. So we'll have 6 or 7 as our max. And we'll be able to gain +2 damage, 3 move, and crit till its next attack, which is kind of cool. But let's see, we'll also be running into the flayed ones, which are melee type, the Necron Warrior, which are ranged that we just fought, and then the Necron Destroyer. I forget what these guys, but I know they're probably not good. Let's go ahead and run with that mission. Thanks to those contributing both here on YouTube and I'm sorry, here on Twitch and on YouTube in the form of bits and just straight up donations. I've been able to go ahead and make a small investment in better equipment. I went out and got a better microphone, got a ring light, trying to get some of the shadows off of my face here. Been able to spend a bit more time trying to get a logo and everything else going. Hopefully you guys will like it. Hopefully, I mean, if you have any kind of feedback, let me know. Now that I look at it, I'm gonna have to move this logo down there. So give me 1 second before we get this moving here. I'm just gonna move this real quick. All the way over here. And hopefully that's a better angle for you guys. I don't have dual monitor or dual displays yet, so every time I click out of the full screen, it kind of fades to black there. I'll work on that, but I seem to get better performance when I do it this way for you guys than having myself in the camera at all. So we'll just go ahead and do it. Plus all of the text is here on the side, so you'll need to, if you're reading along, you'll be able to see what the mission rewards and everything else is going to be. Now, they say this is an easy mission. Hopefully it's not the boss level type of guy who I believe he had 70 hit points and it was going to be a pain in my backside to get past him. But let's see, we're going to go ahead and add this Canticle of the Craft to our repertoire. Melee first, then ranged. Oh wait, just single click there. There we go. So, 2 tech priests, 4 servitors. Let's see if we can get this done with the works of the enemy. Right. Okay, there we go. So we're getting casualties apparently. Yes, and this is just introducing the new war form, which is basically Necron and Professor X's hover share. Alright, anti-grav technology, which is something that the Adeptus is going to be a fan of. So that's always Professor a good... X's hover share. Oh no. Anti-grav. It just informed me that my stream ended for some reason. I don't know why I did that. Alright, again, my apologies. Okay. Interesting. Alright, but we're up against a new war form. And then being able to bring it back would be awesome. But of course, there are factions within the Adeptus Mechanicus that don't like xenotechnology at all.